Hey everybody. I look disheveled because I'm not feeling well. I'm going to go ahead and try to power through a little bit here and pay off the things I promised to show off here in the live stream, but it's not going to be 30 minutes. It's just going to be just kind of showing off my 3D prints and some of the pickups that I made this week. Not feeling super great. Yesterday I had a cough and it turned into a fever, and then now it's chills and a headache. So gonna do what I can, show you what I got, and then next time I promise it'll be better than this. So yesterday I was at a store called Retro Madness here near me in Fort Worth, and I found this Ecto 3 complete aside from the ghost. It still has good stickers. I had one of these when I was a kid, and I think I still have the flag, and I don't know if I have anything else with it. It might still be in a box somewhere. I might have two now. But I saw this, and the guy was asking 25. I talked him down to 20, and I couldn't let it stay. So they also had a ghost sweeper that was missing the little Y-shaped thing that turns around for 15, but I passed on that one. Like many of you, I probably, or you probably got word from Ghostbusters News or other sources that the Kenner Classics line is showing up at Ollie's, which is a discount store here in the U.S., kind of like a Big Lots. I've never been to an Ollie's, but I had 3 that were within a decent driving distance. The first one I went to had 4 fearsome flush toys, and it was $4. So this is cheaper than the original was when it was on the shelf in the 80s. So I wish they would have had more so I could have gotten some of the other Ghostbusters or other ghosts, but they just had 4 of these. I went to 2 other Ollies, and all 3 of them had the ghost whistle from Afterlife, the Hasbro one. But I don't have one of those, and I really want one. But they had, every one of them had those, but the other 2 didn't have any RGB figures. So drove all around for that one. I could have stopped after the first one, so that was a little disappointing. A while back I started 3D printing stuff, and let's start with the big one. I've been sitting on my Max Factory, what do you call it? Idealized shell, and waiting for parts. It's got a bumper, it's got a ion knob or a shock mount, whatever you call it. I've got a real clippered valve on it, and I bought a Fincher cable to put on it. I was going to make it into an 84 Spengler pack, and it's got the Max Factory booster frame as well. It's got a real crank knob. The clippered elbows are correct. The legless ones are just SMC elbows, and then some of the hardware isn't correct. I've got most of the right resistors on there, but I decided to 3D print what was missing. Not that this is going to stay this way, but I got tired of just looking at a blank slate, and so I wanted to make it into a pack. So the booster tube is the wrong color, yes I know. I ran out of black, and so I just went ahead and made it in the gray. I haven't painted anything yet, I have hardly sanded anything. I still don't have the rods for the ion arm end cap, but pretty much everything else is on there except for some tubing. So I did have to manipulate the end filter a little bit to make it fit just right, but that's that. And it does not have a motherboard. I'm tempted to, once it does have a motherboard, to just go ahead and punt on waiting for the Max Factory stuff, and just kind of go with the 3D printed stuff, at least until the Max Factory stuff comes out. So we've been waiting a while for it. So I didn't stop there. I went ahead and used the same files. These are the Q files that you can find on Thingiverse. Hey, how's it going? I don't have my chat up, so I'll see your message pop up here, but I won't be able to read it for long because it fades away in like 3 seconds. I don't have my laptop up today, so I apologize. But this is my thrower that I built. The Q files, you can build Spengler Afterlife packs and have those files for your builds, or you can build the original versions. And so again, this is going to be more of a Spengler build for 89. So it doesn't have any of the light lenses or anything like that. It's got a couple. I had an extra little plastic one there. And most of the hardware is on there, but not all of it's correct. So happy with the way that looks. This will need to be painted silver, and then I've got the what do you call it? The trigger tip. I've got it too, but I just don't have a way to attach it because I don't have the acrylic tube. And I do have the V-hook for it, but I like to be able to sit it flat, so I don't have it on there right now. So those are the pack things that I made. Again, those are either real parts or Max Factory parts or 3D printed parts from the Q files. One of the things I've really wanted to build when I got my 3D printer was a slime blower. And I don't know if it's going to work out or not, but I bought the files. They're 30 bucks. You can look them up on Etsy, and you can download the zip drive for it and start printing out your files. I've only painted the ones for the end cap here, or the nozzle. Let me get that out. So it's multiple pieces here, but I painted them silver. Doesn't look super great in person, but it does the trick. It's just some hobby paint. I didn't use spray paint for this one, but looks better than the black it started out with. And so far, besides that, I do have the end cap that has the hose connectors here on the end. So I'm going to build the one, most likely the one that has two of the same here. There's one that has a different one, two different ones here on the end. I'm going to go with the one that is the same on the end. Just to show you, if you're not familiar with 3D printing, this is the way it looks when it comes off the printer. I'm using the organic, what do you call it, supports. So you can snip these off real easily and then just clean it up with a hobby knife or some sandpaper. So that works better, in my opinion, than the ones that fit all the way around because there's just more material. This uses less material. And then I've got the tube in the handle here. I also have the little part that connects here on the bottom to the main cylinder. But it's on the table over there. I didn't bring everything over. And then the small box that goes on the gun and the larger box. And I've done a little sanding on these, so that's why they're discolored a little bit. So I'm really happy with the way these files look. You can pretty much print everything except for like the hoses and the lenses and like the soft stuff. Some of the metal pieces you have to buy, like the rings that hold the strap, and rings that go around the front where the handle is. But I'm going to print out as much as I can until it doesn't make sense to. And I'm pretty much going to start with just the gun, see how that turns out, and then start worrying about the ginormous pack part of it. I know you can use different items to make the tubes for the pack. You don't have to 3D print those, but those files are on there as well. And so you get the domes that fit the cylinders, and they have them sliced down so that you could be able to make them fit on your print bed, because not everything is going to fit on the print bed that I have. Case in point, I haven't built the main fuselage, I guess you'd call it, of the slime blower. I'm waiting to get some silver just so I don't have to paint as much of that, and I might be able to just touch up and sand just a little bit on that and just go with it and not have to really worry about painting it, but we'll see. And I had to cut that into sections of 7 inches each. So 3 each on the print bed for the top, and then 3 each on the print bed for the bottom part. So there's a lot to it. I've been working around the clock printing these things, and like I said, I've been happy with the way they've turned out. But there's a long way to go. I've considered just buying one straight up, and I actually made an offer for a trade / purchase for a slime blower that ended up going for way more than I could afford a few months ago, and I've just found it would be easier to do it this way, where most of the stuff already has the holes cut in it, and I don't have to go to the hardware store and figure out how to drill holes in most of these things. So that's about all I have that I really wanted to show you. I was going to talk about the Mario movie. Me and my youngest son went to see it. Just overall, really liked it. I was a kid in '93 when the original live action one came out, and I wasn't really satisfied with it. I know a lot of people still like it, but it's not one that I ever watched again. When I was a kid, I would have preferred one like the one that just came out. So it was a good nostalgia overload, and I enjoyed the story and the meme song of the year from Jack Black in that one. If you haven't seen it already, then you will. So that was the only other thing I really wanted to cover. So I'm about 12 minutes in. I'm cutting it short. Again, I don't feel well, so I apologize. I'm going to try to get better and get rid of these chills and the fever. But I do appreciate you guys showing up, and if you're watching it after fact, I appreciate it. Go ahead and plan on Thursdays at noon Central. I do plan on doing more of these, and I thought about postponing it, but I didn't start feeling sick until after I made the advertisement for this yesterday. So I felt like I would pay it off, and then next time I'll have a better one for you guys. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all of you. I do have some more stuff on the way that I'll show off next week, if not before. And I will talk to you guys down the line. Have a great day. Bye.